Hello everyone and welcome to my Mountain of Shame. Today we have a game which I honestly always thought was a bit of a joke, to be honest. Like an in-joke. Because I have seen this game around for a while, and I've seen a few of the other games in its like just randomly pop up about Hiveswap, and I've even got the base game on my on my wish list. I don't know if it's linked to something in particular, like a webcomic, but I would not be surprised to find that out. So I never really went out of my way to purchase this game, mostly because of well, it's got a lot of DLC, but they're all also free, so it's very weird. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. It's based on it's in the Homestruck universe, of course. Anyway, point is, I did actually play. Anyway, the point is, I'm sort of like not sure what to expect from this game. I've always considered it sort of like a visual novel, but there's so many different sections. It also says friendship, not dating. So once again, I'm not entirely sure what the end game is. It might just be a game full of in-jokes that I just won't get. Or maybe it'll just happen to be a good time. I guess that's the point. I guess it's the point. We'll see if this game is any good, or if it's worth coming off my Mountain of Shame. Or if maybe I should have just left it up there. I don't know. Let's find out! Alright. So, options menu first. Got the ability to skip. You can turn off flashing lights. Actually, I might do that. Just because if it's that bad that it needs an option, then you wouldn't want any of my viewers to, yeah. A bunch of different people to befriend, apparently. I guess those are the achievements. And that's about it. So, I guess we just jump in, see what the hell's going on with Hiveswap Friendsim. So there's a lot of different options here. It says purchase more volumes here. Wait, what? Okay, so the DLC must have originally cost something before it went free. My guess is that, yeah, let's come back. My guess is that it originally was paid, and that's when I first saw it. It was like, no thank you! And then when the complete edition came out on Humble, they made it free for everyone. Rather than paid, and I'm guessing that there's no more content coming out for the game now that they've made it all free. I can't see any evidence one way or another. Okay. Well, let's just jump right into Volume 1. Bam. You've just crash landed on a planet called Alternia and staggered from the smoldering wreckage of your ship. You are now completely alone in a strange world, desperate for information, for provisions, and possibly a bit of medical attention. Possibly? Surely you know. But most of all, you're desperate for friendship. Yeah, hey. This is fantabulous. Bonus points if you know where I got that horrific word from. No bonus points for anyone ever. Actually, I'm sorry. I revoke the the bonus points, because if you do know where that's from, it's not a great thing. Anyway, all right, let's see here. Won't someone on this godforsaken rock be your buddy? Any weirdo will do, you're not that picky. Hang on. What's this now? Someone approaching? Alright, so I have a choice, apparently. I choose between, well, two demons. One is a semi-cute, but evil-looking vampire demon. And the other has dicks for horns. Okay. I'm not going to go for Dix forms, guys. So, sorry, Damien. I'm going to go for our data. I'm guessing that's how this works. Yes, someone's approaching. A strange, grey-skinned alien clad in blue. Perhaps they will make for good friends. Oh, God. This is like... Okay, we didn't get to this part because I went back and played it after. But, like, in the Apocalypse game I played, there was a mentally handicapped wombat that you eventually recruit. Yes, it gets that bad. But that wombat just wants to be friends with everyone. And I mean everyone. So, I feel like that mentally handicapped wombat right now. Okay. Oh, dear God. And just what are you supposed to be? Your stammering reply eventually conveys that you're a lost traveler who is hungry and probably in need of some medical attention. You're also really lonely and wouldn't mind making a new friend right now. You know, if that's her intro, I don't think you're gonna get very far. Oh my. Oh, how funny this is. How very droll. You want to be my friend? Oh, it's too much. This thing at my doorstep wishing to know me in any capacity. Hilarity somehow escapes my ability to capture with maniacal laughter. How rare. You apologize for your presumptuous request. You hang your head, turn around and begin to walk away. And just what the fuck do you think you're doing? Well, that escalated quickly. And who invited you to leave? You stop in your tracks obediently and turn to face her again. Your possibly broken ribs are throbbing in pain, but does not strike you as the right moment to exhibit weakness. It dawns on me that we may have gotten off on the wrong centipede. Where are my manners? Ghastly behavior on my part. After all, isn't it your fault? You seem to be some sort of a hideous freak, is it? What sort of such a tragic creature cannot be held responsible for such a devastatingly shortfall of social competence? I would weep for you, really, except that crying out of these three eyes at once gets a bit messy, so instead I think I'll be saving my tears for someone less offensively worthless. Wow, this is, tough, but okay. You're unsure if she's inviting you inside, or if she just got you to stay a little longer so she can insult you some more. You try to remain stoic while your confrontational new friend decides what to do with you. Unfortunately, you sniffle slightly. Oh my, oh dear, you're sad? So amusing to me, mildly endearing even. Oh God, I've met another Foosh. Laughing at my pain. And perhaps I'll decide later if it's endearing once I have more information. It's entirely possible I will retroactively decide it's disgusting. But for now, try to put yourself at ease, you completely pitiful fool. Not one more sniffle! Do you understand? You nod, while practicing exemplary control of your nose. You have gotten yourself so agitated, I wonder why. You have nothing to worry about with me. Of course I'll be your friend. Conditionally, I mean. There is a chance the designation will be formalized if you behave in ways which I approve of, starting now. Let's call it a friendship in progress. Agreed? Now she's a bitch. Your heart swells. This is what you've been waiting for. A new friend. Oh gosh. All you have to do up to now is try not to fuck anything up at all. Possibly for many hours. Okay, sure. Come into my hive. This way, this way. After me, you look like you could use some nourishment. I don't know what it is, whatever you eat generally, but it doesn't matter. You will eat whatever it is, and I have on hand if I tell you to. How does that sound? How does it sound? That sounds good. I'll do whatever you say, because I fear you. Obviously, it sounds good. You will definitely enjoy it. You will enjoy everything I provide with you and tell you to do. I can't imagine any sort of negativity or disagreement coming from one of my friends. I will assume that we share this philosophy when it comes to friendship. You say, oh yes, absolutely. You nod as enthusiastically as you can without aggravating your broken ribs. You consider giving her a thumbs up as well until you realize one of your arms is probably broken too. You'll have to make sure she doesn't notice, though, because it would probably leave a bad impression. Am I getting into an abusive relationship here? But no, it's even worse. It's an abusive friendship. I've already been in a couple of those. They're not fun. Anyway. Come with me. There's something I need to help you with. Could it be reading your voice lines? Because they're kind of killing my throat already. You follow her into her hive. It's a bit gloomy in here. I suppose she's going to fix you something to eat, as promised. You pass through the kitchen and over the other side to another room. Okay, you guess dinner can wait. This way. Try not to let any of your broken limbs slow you down. A good friend wouldn't allow such a trifling physical ailments to cause me any inconvenience. Oh, so she doesn't know you're injured. Fair enough. You hobble a little faster, though, through another door, into a much darker room, and now down a flight of stairs. She clearly does know you're injured, and she's clearly taking great love in that fact. It's hard to see. There are torches along the walls ahead. A monstrous noise rumbles below. Oh, don't mind her. She's just hungry. She's always hungry, though. What's that? You're hungry too? I have not forgotten. What sort of a piece of shit friend do you take me for? You didn't remind her that you're hungry. You thought it, though. Can she read your mind? You hope not. That's going to make this friendship in progress a little bit awkward. Here we are. This is where you'll be most useful to me as a friend. You look around with a sense of relief. You see no signs of whatever hungry thing is grumbling down here. You're less relieved to see several other kids trapped in cages of various shapes and sizes. One of them makes eye contact with you. The boy's same age and kind of alien as her, horns and all. He has a dark red symbol on his shirt. His expression seems to plead with you. He struggles to say, help! Your new friend looks unamused, twitches her finger. Help! He says, hello. By which I mean hello, of course. Looks like you're a new friend in progress, chosen by the great and beautiful Ardata. She's my savior for my reason for being. I am nothing without her. I'd hollow myself out and let her make a nest inside me, if she'd permit it. You turn away from this boy. You don't want to hear anything he has to say ever again, even though clearly it was her that was doing it. Don't mind him. He's always regarded himself as a comedian. Come over here. This is what I need your help with. If you're going to have any value to me as a friend. You're led to a dark corner of this. Well, you're going to call it like you see it. This is a dungeon. Your friend has a dungeon full of sad, suffering children, presumably a monster lurking somewhere in here as well. It's not ideal. Then again, social beggars like you can't be choosers. This is horrible! I've been having an awful time with it. You can do it for me. It will save me all the time. You look at the thing in question without doubt. She's been having an awful time with it. You doubt it's because it's still in this box, looking completely untouched since it was brought down here. Am I bloody here to... Am I putting together IKEA furniture? It's a box containing a table. A table that looks ominously like it was designed to keep a person strapped to its surface. I will need you to assemble it. It has a screwdriver in case you need it. I will assume the other required tools are contained within the box. You take a screwdriver for your non-broken arm. This isn't exactly what you had in mind. You don't know what you had in mind, really. A warm meal, a friendly banter, perhaps a sling for your arm, or a remedial balm for your ribs. Still, you open the box without protest. Hold on, before you start, this will make for excellent content. My fans will appreciate this. I'm questioning. I don't think my fans will appreciate this. I mean, maybe they will just because of voice acting. Or my poor attempt at voice acting. I don't know, okay? I'm trying to be positive. She sets up a video recording device on a tripod and points it at you. A video feed comes to life and on several monitors behind you. You see on the corner of the screen an unflattering angle of your torso hunched over the furniture box. Other rectangles contain shots of the other kids in cages around the room. You suppose cameras pointing at them too. You had no idea this friendship came with the perk of instant stardom. What? Now, you may begin. Okay, so clearly she's a spider then. Or at least a half spider. Maybe a spider decided to get a little bit I don't know, but there's a spider on the wall and there's a baby there, so I'm just going to call it like it is. You're suddenly sitting in a comfortable looking chair facing you, holding a chalice and swishing around some viscous liquid it contains. You have all the parts you need spread on the floor, organized according to their labels and instructions. You take time to remember the last time you assembled something like this. You don't recall enjoying it, to be perfectly honest. It doesn't seem like it'd be fun at all, she frowns conspicuously. Oh, how sad for you. I'm sorry, is this activity not to your liking? You reassure her vigorously that no, it actually looks amazing. You love shit like this, it's what you were born for. You say as you swoosh the screwdriver around, demonstrating plainly your evident skill with the tool. I get this the wrong thing you just thought. Completely arbitrary and wrong thoughts pop into your head all the time. It meant nothing, you swear. Yes, I hear that a lot. Continue. You open a little bag full of screws. Jesus, there are like 50 screws to this thing. Where can you possibly most of these screws even go? Judging from the picture, the table doesn't really seem that complicated. You look at your screwdriver, then study the screws. Every single one of them requires an Allen wrench. Does this come with an Allen wrench? The instruction seems to suggest it does. You look around but don't see one. Did you open the bag too forcefully? Did the Allen wrench go bouncing off into a dark dungeon crevice nearby? Maybe you lost some screws too. Damn it. You begin to sweat, looking around nervously. You check underneath one of the parts. No, it's not under there. You grip the screwdriver a little tighter. You wonder what to do next. You decide it'd be best not to complain about missing Allen wrench. Your friend would probably consider it bad form. You'll just have to make do. You twist all the screws in by hand the best you can. Your broken arm isn't making this any easier. You favor the other one. And prop pieces into place precariously, leaning against each other. While you do so, you nudge them into position with your legs so the screw holds the line. It's really frustrating work, you're not gonna lie. As you're twisting in the first screw, the glove switch, and the screw gets stuck. Now you've already turned it too tight, and it's hard to get it out. You twist in reverse harder. But your fingers slip and the table pieces start to slide. They're gonna fall. You react to catch them, but it's too late. The heavier piece slips over. Slams you in the broken rib on the way to the floor. It hits you with a bang. The screw stuck pops out, goes bouncing 10 or 15 feet away, stunting underneath a piece of dungeon furniture. God, you're probably gonna need to get that. You hear a light chuckle. Good. Good. It takes another sip from her chalice and settles into even more comfortably into her chair. Is she enjoying this? You think she's enjoying watching you struggle to put more stupid things together? Maybe a little too much. Nevertheless, you continue. A friend is a friend, and you don't like to let your friends down. You've committed yourself to this project. You'll later get the screw from under there a bit later, but wait when you need the final screw. Oh well, it's lucky you all 50 screws to the same type of screw. You turn your attention back to table pizzas and different strategy. You place the biggest part table platform flat on the floor, and the legs would be pointing upward if they were attached. You position one leg in the right spot in line with the holes, sit on the table platform, and steady the leg with your feet. You grab another screw and concentrate. She sounds so pleased. It's strange, you admit, for watching this sort of activity to make someone so happy. But you also have to admit taking a certain pride in it. It's wonderful actually to feel useful, wanted, important even, if only somewhat meaningly. To have a great new friend who has discovered her way for your talents to improve her life. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice one of the kids reaching out his hand. He's concentrating. Then you notice the screw you lost slowly slide from underneath its hiding place. Nice. Everyone's working as a little team down here. Adada does not look at the kid, but sneers a bit. She reaches towards him and appears to have trouble breathing. After a moment, you notice the screw slowly slides back from under the thing. She releases him from his breathing problems, resumes her pleasant expression, takes another sip from the chalice. You guess that was against the rules. You decide to make a note of it. Your friend runs a tight ship down here, and you respect that. About an hour later, you have all four legs on, put some of the accoutrements attached. You wrestle mightily with the thing to get upright. using your only good arm. It seems you may have forgotten about the final missing screw. You doubt the table needs it. You decide you won't bring it up as she won't. You give it a test. It's pretty wobbly since you won't be able to tighten the screws with your bare fingers, but again, she doesn't seem to mind. She reclines. She has a look on her face which makes her appear to absolutely be enamored by her handiwork. She has finished her drink and the chalice is on the side table. Some awful looking thing crawls along the floor towards her. It looks like some sort of spider the size of an average dog. Its abdomen is preposterously large. Actually, it looks like a huge tick. That's what it looks like. It settles in front of her. She puts her legs on top of it, crosses them, and settles under their weight and grumbles. Let's try it out, shall we? You shrug, sit down on the rather rickety table. You're about to lie, but she interrupts you. No. You fool. You absolute fool. What do you think you're doing? That's not what I meant. Get up. You stand up, embarrassed. Again, without looking at the cage kid. She raises an arm towards him and beckons. He says blankly and opens his own cage, which apparently wasn't locked. He shuffles vacantly over to you, and to your table, and lies down on the surface. She looks as you expected. You aren't exactly sure what to do. What? You didn't think I'd be playing table stickball on that thing, did you? You aren't sure what table stickball is. You really are pretty simple, aren't you? It's like a miniature version of arena stickball played on a table. Got it? You don't, but you nod your head. Now, go to it. You shackle the kid's arm to the leg of the table. That seems to be the right thing to do, since the thing comes fitted with shackles. She gets up and lifts her huge tick-like pet. It makes her more grumpy noises. She pops the enormous thing right down the kid's chest. He appears unable to protest. The tick bites the boy's neck and begins to feed. She smiles, pats its swelling abdomen. Dark rust-colored blood drips from the place where it is attached to the boy's neck. What the hell? Moments go by and she looks rather gratified by the process, proud almost. She looks at you expectingly. Well, you don't know what she means. The final screw. Aren't you going to retrieve it and screw it into wherever it needs to go? The job isn't done, and I don't keep the company of many individuals who leave things unfinished, you know. Of course, what are you thinking? You should have known your friend wouldn't let that go unnoticed. Actually, you feel like an idiot for thinking you would. Yeah, because she even went out of her way to sabotage you on that final screw. You stood very low to the ground. On your knees, placing your cheek above the floor, you peer under a large edifice. It's dark in there and goes back a ways. Lots of room for that dark little screw to roll. You take a few pitiful slights with your good arm. Look up of empty. Just be further back. You think you can see it? Yeah, that must be it. Just a little further. Your idea. It will be helpful. Guess the screwdriver will come in handy after all. But how did she know? Your new friend must be very wise. Like, you're liking him more every minute. You grab the screwdriver around and feel around with it. Yes, you got it, you think. You carefully scrape it closer, then pick it up. Then go back to the table and find the one ring hole left unscrewed. You slide the table as a mechanic would under the car. There it is. The table is creaking and wobbling quite a bit now. The tick is really getting into its dinner, it seems. All of those screws on the table have added up to a lot of give and leeway for the overall stability of the furnishing. Hopefully this final screw will help. Our data has returned to the setup of the monitors. She's adjusting some of the settings of the feed, controlling the zoom, camera, and typing some remarks in the chat window. This is good material today. It's not often I can provide content of this caliber to my subscribers. I wish I could say the same, Ardata. This stuff seems terrible. Go on, complete your project. This will be good. You think it's weird she likes watching you put furniture together so much, but you're not one to judge friends either. This sounds like a great way to lose friends, honestly. You screw in the final screw, but the stresses on the table are causing holes to be misaligned. This won't be easy. The huge tick shifts into its grotesque body above you, causing the table to creak louder. You nervously slide about halfway from under the table to check it out. Then a large pop. Sound scraping metal. 6 or 7 screws shoot up out of the desk like rivets in a sinking submarine. What a piece of shit this thing is. You think a little too late. You really need that Allen wrench. All 4 of your legs splay dramatically underneath the table at once, like a baby deer on ice. The table platform comes crashing down on your lower torso. Breaking your pelvis, you bellow in pain and flail yourself to pull yourself out. You forget that you're still holding the screwdriver. In your desperate flailing, you plunge the screwdriver into the flat abdomen of the tick, which begins gushing blood with great force, spraying your entire upper body and face. The beast starts thrashing wildly and screaming. You can see your new friend do the blood in your eye. I imagine she's too thrilled about what's going on here. Your annihilated pelvis is in perfect agony. You have to get this miserable torches up onto the shitty table, and you have an idea. With your broken arm, you start slapping the big ass of the screaming tick while yelling "Yee-haw!" You clutch the screwdriver handle with your other hand. The blood gushing out of the monster starts kicking and rearing, then blasts off the floor like a pig at a rodeo. You hold on for dear life, still blind, but your plan works. You pull out from the tomb you spent the last hour constructing yourself. Your pelvis runs around, but at least you're free and now riding with the wind. As you and the blood-spewing tick go tearing around the room, crashing and stuff, you hear a boy crying. I don't even see the person in the background. You guess Adada has become distracted enough by your foolish display to cease her paralyzation method on him. Or maybe distracted is the wrong word. Maybe she's disappointed by your foolishness. Oh god, you might be blowing it right now. The tick swerves and suddenly starts running upstairs. Ow, 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 your brittle pelvis feels every step on the way up. It careens through the rest of the hive, crashes through the front door, and in a sudden halt, you're catapulted violently over its backside. You sail 50 yards through the air. You land on your ass and wipe the blood from your eyes. Okay, this is embarrassing, but everyone makes mistakes, right? You can still salvage this friendship. You know you can. You turn back to look at the hive. Adada is standing in the doorway, furious look on her face. She's flipping you off. You will not be my friend! Okay. The fuck is this? Now the big question is, does the next story continue, I guess, or does it start from that same point? I don't know, because I'm never going to find out. Because quite frankly, I don't even know if this game has good endings. Like, I don't know what I could have done differently there, except for running from it, which implies that I probably would die. So, you know... Hiveswap Friendsim. Somehow very positive on Steam. Though it feels like a meme game. And it feels entirely like a game that's just for people who are already in on the joke. Not sure why Humble Bundle would have given this game out. Because, like, it's clearly such a niche game that unless you really knew what it was, you probably wouldn't care about it. It must be a way to actually survive, because if you look there, there is definitely an achievement for befriending, which I apparently missed. Though there was only like one option. So, yeah. Anyway, this has been Hiveswap Friendsim, and I kind of wish it just stayed on my mountain forever. Bye. Yeah, there's still a few minutes left. I'm not taking them.